So this is Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. This is trail day 74. I stayed at the Knot Hostel last night. Got a ride into Lincoln. Got my box. And then somebody offered a ride back to the trail. So and I got to go by McDonald's and get some good breakfast. Well, I don't know if you consider McDonald's good breakfast, but better than trail breakfast. So I'm doing like just to the first shelter at the base of Kinsman. That's what we came down yesterday. So we're doing the extra miles to here yesterday, and then it kind of equals out. But yeah, I go to the base of Kinsman. Just depends on the time. I don't know what the terrain will be like, so I don't want to plan too far ahead. But probably going to save Kinsman for in the morning. And while I was in town, there was a ski shop having a 40% off sale on last year's winter clothes. So I went ahead and picked up a synthetic puffy at a really good price. It's not super ultra lightweight, but I just felt I needed something a little bit warmer than the North Face hoodie. We get to start today going uphill. And the water sources are kind of scarce today. But I did drink a lot this morning, so it's not super hot. So hopefully I won't need a bunch. We'll just see how it goes. So this climb up from the road, that's just part of it. It's pretty steep. It's nothing like what we came down yesterday. And we're still going up. Somebody put a lot of work into putting all these steps in. And with the food that was in my box and adding the coat, well, I did eat some of the food I had in my pack last night, but I'm probably 6 pounds heavier, and I don't know, this Osprey carries weight very well, because I don't really notice it. And my old Osprey, if I'd have put that in there, I would have noticed like right away, but it didn't fit right. So I'm just guessing. I'm probably, the weight's at least 43 pounds. Just guessing. I mean, no doubt having a lighter pack would make this easier, but I don't know, this pack fits really well, so I don't really feel all that burdened by it. So I'm kind of like, why really try to reduce it if it doesn't seem to be that bad? But as gear wears out and fails, I'll replace it with lighter stuff. And we are still going uphill. I think we made it to the top of our hill climb. You can see daylight pretty much all the way around us. And it's super windy. That's why I bought the bigger jacket. Climb up a hill like that and you get sweaty. When you get on top, or to camp, and you get cold really quick. It's not so bad if you're still hiking, but oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, at the Notch Hostel, I ran into Odie, who does the hiker yearbook. So that was kind of cool. We had a little flat section, now we're going uphill again, but this doesn't look like much of a hill as far as distance. That's the trail we just climbed up. Short, steep section. It looks like we've got a view spot here. Not too bad. I came to this dry brook. That's what it just came down. My gut hooks a few days ago said there was puddles. There's nothing now. That's alright. There's one more water source that may or may not have anything between here and the shelter. We're only 4 miles left to go. And it's 2:15. I'll talk to a southbounder for about 20 minutes. But the quart of water I started out with, I still have. I hadn't drank anything. So I must have really well hydrated before leaving town. Yeah, 4.2 miles to the shelter. So this is the last water source for the shelter. We got about 3 miles, 3.5 I think, closer to. The water was a little yellow, but it is what it is. Looks like we got more uphill to go. A rocky one at that. But there's a view spot listed not too far ahead, so hopefully we'll get a good view there. That wasn't too bad. This is kind of cool. I stepped up on this rock, and you know, you expect to hear rock sound, but this sucker's hollow. Just in that one spot. Bust through that thing. Open up a new cave system, you know, that goes miles into the earth. I say that jokingly, but you just never know. Any solid rock. So we passed the view a little bit ago. I didn't go, it was off of a spur. And gut hooks didn't really say how far, but it did say it was mostly wooded. And then the comments indicated that it was pretty much no view, so I didn't climb up there to go see. I think we're probably about 1.5 miles from the shelter. It's kind of a little stealth spot if you like to sleep on roots. Not really stealthy, it's right on the trail, but It's like we didn't entirely get out of the rocks in Pennsylvania. We didn't get out. Man, that's some deep mud. You didn't get out of the mud leaving Vermont. Look at that. You can see where somebody or something has post-holed into that. I've been running across a lot of this today too. Just steep, flat uphill rocks. You gotta try to find footing and get over. And you can't forget you just had to walk through mud, so the soles of your feet are wet. Looks like most people are climbing over there and going over that. And I try to not make the mud pits bigger, but it's kind of hard to walk through knee-deep mud. So in this case, I just follow everyone else's path. There's a snippet of a view to a little unnamed pond. Can't see much. According to the elevation profile, it's pretty much downhill from here to the shelter. And then we'll be at the base of Kinsman Mountain. And we get to start our morning with. And just to show you on the elevation profile what pretty much downhill looks like. No, it was kind of showing us a little uphill, and then it just gradually goes downhill. Have like 1,000 foot worth of descent. Most people go around that apparently. Oh, I got pine sap on my hand. That stuff's never gonna come off. So I've made it to the power line, about a half mile from the shelter. Looks like we'll have a pretty good view over here. Not bad. A few dark clouds. There's like a 30-40% chance of rain tomorrow, so as of right now it's supposed to start like 10 something, so like that. So if we get up early enough, maybe we can get over Kinsman before that stuff starts. There's no view the other way, just trees. I'm sure if you walked far enough you'd get one. So we are almost to the shelter, and there's two hikers that just passed me a little bit ago that's going there. So I'll call today the end. If I can, I'll video the shelter in the morning. But tomorrow's goal is to go over Kinsman, unless it's raining. I have enough food to zero in the woods, so if it's raining I'll hold off. As much as I don't want to zero, I don't want to slip off any rock boulder climbs either, so I'd rather slow my hike than end my hike. And it's almost 6:30, so good time to get to camp. I appreciate all my subscribers, and thank you for following along.